let's get started. I'm trying to think, did I want to do anything else now? Okay, my technology is sorted. Right, let's just do that. And start your watches and come onto the mat. Right, so we're gonna start in a cross-legged seated position. So just get yourself comfortable. Sit with your legs crossed, put your hands over your knees. Just straighten your back and close your eyes, and then start taking a deep breath in and then a deep breath out. And then just keep on breathing in and out at a slow pace, and use this moment to settling into this practice and let go of any thoughts that might have worried you today, whether you were working, relaxing, or trying to relax and not managing to. With every exhale, just let all these thoughts leave your body, and then at every inhale, just bring in peace and calm and relaxed feelings, and just focus on your breath as it goes in and out of your chest and your belly. Just one more in, and then one more breath out, and then open your eyes and stretch your arms above your head. Stretch, 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 and then hinge forward at your hips, and then just reach the mat with your arms and rest your hands and your forearms on the mat, and then relax your head and the back of your neck as well. And make sure that your hips are still resting on the mat, so don't lift your hips, so that you're stretching your lower back and your hips and your hip flexors. So we start working onto those muscles that were really put under stress yesterday in your track session. So make sure you're breathing in and then breathing out in this position. And then every breath out, just press your stretch a little bit further. Then one more in, and then one more out. And then gently walk your hands back and come back up into seated. And then this time, press the soles of your feet together and keep your feet slightly apart from your hips. And then again, inch forward. Come with your head close to your feet as much as possible. Try to keep your back straight, and maybe lift your head a bit as you inhale. Straighten your back, and then lower down as you exhale. And again, you're stretching the back, your lower back, and then your hips here. One more inhale, lift your head up, and then exhale, lower it down. And then let's come into tabletop, so hands and knees position. So again, your shoulders are stacked above your wrists, and your hips are stacked above your knees, and your back is relaxed. And then start moving your spine. Just follow your breath and follow your instinct in a way. Just start moving your back as you feel comfortable doing. Imagine you're creating waves, circles, drawings with your body. Just mobilize your spine, start stretching and releasing the tension that you might build up during the day, or that might be still lingering from yesterday's session. And then come into tabletop, and then take a deep inhale as you lift your head up and lower your belly into cow. And then exhale into cat, rounding your back up. And then again, inhale, lift your head up, lower your belly. And then exhale, round your spine up, lower your head. And just do another couple of full rounds of breath this way, moving between cat and cow. And then focus on your breathing as you do this. Just inhale as you lift your head up. And then exhale as you lower it down. Now back onto tabletop. Tuck your toes under and then gently, slowly hover your knees above the mat, engaging your core, and hold that position. And then let's do a couple of breaths here. Nice, engaging your core really tight. And then press back into downward facing dog. So hands are spread, fingers are spread on the mat. Feet are firmly on the mat as well. Your heels may or may not reach the mat. That doesn't really matter at this point. Just breathe in and then breathe out. And then start bending one knee at a time. And then again, you're mobilizing your hips here. You start stretching the back of your legs. You keep moving your back, your spine. You're pedaling this dog and then moving the spine at the same time. So releasing tension. Just do a couple more here. And then return into downward facing dog. And then walk your feet a little bit further closer to your hands. Still remain into downward facing dog, but kind of close and narrow the gap between your hands and your feet. And then stretch there. And then return with your legs, with your feet where they were before on your standard downward facing dog. Then come onto your tippy toes and then lift your right leg up in the sky, to the sky. Straighten it, then bend your knee and open up your hip to the side. So you, what's called a scorpion your dog. So this is another hip opener. And then bring your foot forward and place it outside of your right hand. And then lift your right arm up to the sky, twist your chest open to the right hand side and stretch. And then breathe in this position. As you breathe in, stretch. As you breathe out, open up the twist a little bit more. Then place your hand back on the mat. And then kind of lean forward a bit. Lower your back knee on the mat and untuck your toes. And then come forward. We did this yesterday as well. Move back and forth. Again, mobilizing your hips and stretching your hip flexors. You don't need to straighten the front leg. You're just working on the hips and hip flexors here. Then come onto plank now and push back onto downward facing dog. Then let's roll forward. So back onto plank and then lower your body onto the mat slowly. Lower it all the way down with your chest onto the mat and then tuck your toes and lift up into baby cobra. So just your chest is coming off the mat. And then push back onto downward facing dog. And we're doing the same with the other leg. So lift up your left leg up into the sky. Bend your knee and open it up to the side. Open up your hip. Stretch this way. Then come forward and place your foot outside of the left hand. Left arm all the way up. Twist and open your chest to the left. And then stretch. And breathe in. And as you breathe out, twist a little bit more. Hand back on the mat. Bend your back knee. Untuck your toe. And then push forward, moving your hips and stretching your hip flexors. So your back leg is on the mat and your front leg is bent and your foot is right on the mat. And then again, come back up onto plank and from there, downward facing dog. Now again, lift your right leg and then place your foot between your hands. So you're coming into a low lunge. Bend your left knee. So your front leg is on a 90-degree angle and your back knee is on the mat. And lift your arms up to the sky. Nice deep breath. Open up your chest. Bring your arms into a half angel position. And breathe. And then exhale, press back up. Place your hands back on the mat. Leave your left hand on the floor. Take your right one and then bend your knee, your back knee, and get hold of your foot with your right hand. So your right hand is grabbing your left foot. And then the more you pull towards your thigh, the more you stretch in your quads. So this is nice working into the quads that did a little bit of work yesterday on the track session. Then release down, place your hands on the mat, press back into downward facing dog. And then with the other leg, so left leg up, and then come with the foot to the front between your hands, lower your back knee, lift your arms up, deep breath in, and then open up into half angel, open up your chest, breathe in and out. Then straighten your arms up again. Place your left arm, your left hand onto the mat, and then with your left hand, grab your right foot. And then stretch that quad. Nice stretch in there. Give it a little bit of a releasing of the tension. Then hands back onto the mat. Back onto downward facing dog, and then flow forward onto a chaturanga, so it's a bent elbows plank, and then onto an upward facing dog. Release the tension in your back. Back again into downward facing dog. There's a lot of downward facing dogs today. It's quite a nice transition. And then bring your right foot again between your hands, and this time you're coming up to a high lunge. Hi Shaq. So nice high lunge, front leg strong, back leg straight, arms above your head, and then turn your back foot into a 90-degree angle to open up into a warrior two. So your right arm facing forward, your left arm facing back, your front leg is bent into a 90-degree, your back leg is straight. And take a nice deep breath here. Stay strong. Then flip your front hand and then reverse your warrior, bringing your left arm sliding along your back leg and your right arm above your head. Again, keep breathing here. Then return to warrior two. Straighten your front leg and then come forward as if someone was pulling your right arm. Your legs are both straight, then your arms are straight, and you're just stretching the side of your body. And then return. At this point, turn your front foot so it's parallel to your back foot. Lift your arms up above your head. Then grab your left wrist with your right hand and then side bend onto the right, stretching the left hand side of your body. And a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, stretch a little bit further. Then return to center, to the other side. So grab your right wrist with your left hand and side bend to the left. Make sure you're keeping your glutes and your core engaged here, so you're not actually going backwards. You're staying straight, and it's just to the side. You're just bending to the side. Again to center, a little bit quicker, so we bend in towards the right again, and we bend in towards the left, going through center, and then arms up over your head, and then hinge from your hips, hinge forward, and come all the way down with your arms down onto the mat. Just let everything fall heavy, your back, your neck, your head. Nice stretched over the whole spine. And then breathe in. And then breathe out. Now keep your left hand on the mat and then open up and twist to your chest to the right hand side. Excellent. And then again, breathe. And then return with your both hands onto the mat and then swap. So it's the right hand on the mat and then the left going up to the sky, like opening up the chest to the left. And then breathe out and then return to center. And then come back onto your low lunge with your right foot in the front and your hands onto the mat. And then press back into downward facing dog. And now we're coming up with your left leg. So left foot between your hands. Lift up into high lunge. Nice stretch here. Strong. You'll get those quads engaged and those glutes engaged. Then turn your back foot and then open up into warrior two. So again, really strong front leg, 90 degree, back leg straight. And then take a deep breath in and a breath out. And then flip your hand, reverse your warrior. So we're going back. Left arm above your head, right arm slides in along your right leg. And come back onto warrior two. Straighten your front leg. And then pull your body as we did before. So both legs are straight here. And we're working on the side of the body. Come back up. Turn your your left foot so it's parallel to the right. I'm actually showing my bum now. Arms are up again. I'm just going to turn to the other side so you can see me better. Up this way. Bring your arms behind your back and then interlace your fingers and then hinge from your hips with your arms your hands interlaced. And then again, just let it all fall, stretch and relax. Your arms are above. I'm pointing up. Then release your hands onto the mat. Then keep breathing. Then slowly walk your hands to your left foot. And then you can get hold of your foot, you can get hold of your ankle, you can get hold of your quads your thighs or your shins or whatever part of the leg you can reach. Just make sure you keep your legs straight and you're working on the back of your legs to straighten and stretch your hamstrings. So it doesn't matter how far down you go, as long as you keep your legs straight and your back engaged. And then slowly walk your hands to the other foot and then do the same, folding forward onto your right leg now. And then breathe. Then again, come back onto the front, press back into downward facing dog. And then walk your feet towards your hand and come into a forward fold. And then breathe in and then lift your head onto a halfway lift. Again, if you can't reach the mat here, just place your hands onto your shins. The important thing is that you lift your head up as you inhale and then you keep your back straight. And then forward fold again, let everything come down. And then place your hands on the mat or on your shins and bend one at a time. So this is a much stronger stretch of the back of your legs and your hamstrings. So don't push it too far. If you feel pain, just ease down. This is meant to be a stretch, not a painful exercise. And then straighten it and then swap to the other leg. So one leg is straight, one leg is bent. And then again, both legs are straight, forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift. And then exhale into forward fold. One more for the back of your legs. Cross your left foot behind your right foot. So, and come into a forward fold with your crossed legs. And then just hold this position as you're breathing in, as you're breathing out. Then swap legs. So now bring your right foot behind your left foot. Legs are straight. You're forward folding again. And then breathe in and breathe out. And then back onto a standard forward fold. Start coming up onto a standing position, sweeping your arms on the side of your body all the way up to above your head. And stretch, 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 stretch. Inhale now, and as you exhale, twist right open to the right hand side with your left arm sweeping to the front and your right arm sweeping to the back, and your gaze coming to the back. And then inhale here, and as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Just one more. And then inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, twist open to the left hand side. And again, breathe in. And as you breathe out, just twist deeper. One more inhale. And one more exhale. And come up with your hands above your head. It's not me making that noise. Then come into forward fold again. And then from here, open up your feet as wide as your mat. And your toes are pointing outwards. So feet as wide as a mat, and then your toes are pointing like 45 degrees outwards. And what we're doing now, we're doing a Malasana squat, which is the Yogi squat. So we're gonna be squatting down. I can go all the way. So the squat brings you all the way down. If you can't go all the way down, just place your hands on the mat, reach halfway, and then just work into your hips and your hip flexors there. So if you can go all the way down, it's fine. If you can't, stop here and then just start opening up your hips that way. Just one more breath. Then place your hands on the mat and then lift up and coming back into a forward fold, stretching your legs. And then again, Malasana squat, open up your feet as wide as a mat, toes are pointing outwards, and then come back down onto the mat into a squat or into your half squat. Just the point is to work on this area here and stretching and extending and opening it. Excellent. Right. Now we're coming into seated, and try not to fall or roll onto the mat. Sometimes I do. Basically just sit back from here. It's easy. And then straighten your legs in front of you. Your back is straight. Back is straight. So back long, arms by your side, legs extended in front of you, feet are flexed. And then hinging from your hips, come forward into another fold. So more stretches into the back of your legs. You don't need to grab your feet, you don't need to grab your ankles. Just make sure you're hinging at your hips and then stretching it underneath your legs. Just do a couple of breaths here. And then come back up. Let's lie down for a couple of bridges. So lie down onto the mat, come with your legs close to your hips. Your hands are on the mat, and then lift your hips slowly, starting from your lower back all the way onto your shoulders. And you can roll your shoulders underneath your back to help with the lifting. And then hold and breathe for a couple of rounds of breath. Just inhale here, and then exhale. And then release down slowly, vertebra by vertebra, onto the mat. And then extend your left leg onto the mat, and then bring your right knee close to your chest. Then grab your right knee with your left hand and extend your right arm on the side, and then twist and pour your knee onto the floor. So your right knee is on the left hand side of your body. Your right arm is extended to the right and you're looking and gazing to the right. So this is a twist for your spine. And then just hold and breathe here. Then come back onto center and then swap your legs. So you're bringing your left knee onto your chest and you're extending your right leg. And you're grabbing your knee with your right hand and then twisting onto the right. And I'm hitting the table here. And then again, spinal twist. Stretch and relax. And then come back onto center. And then bring both your knees towards your chest and then open up into a happy baby. So open up your hips again and stretch your lower back. And then come back onto seated now. So we're going to do again what we did at the beginning. So place the soles of your feet together. Where's that sound coming from? That noise. Place the soles of your feet together and then just hinge forward. And then feel if you can stretch a little bit more than you did at the beginning. And take a couple of deep breaths here. And then come back up and then cross your legs. And then again, arms above your head and then hinge forward and placing your hands and your forearms and your head on the mat. Again, see if you can stretch a little bit more than at the start of this session. And then come back up onto seated. And then lie down on the mat for the final Shavasana. So legs are straight, arms are straight on the side of the body. Give yourself some time to settle in this final relaxation and just let your thoughts go and listen to the music. start wiggling and moving your hands, your toes, your feet, and your fingers, and everything in your body. Start stretching your arms above your head. Stretch your legs. Take a nice deep breath. And when you're ready, come back onto seated. And again, just thank you for being here tonight. And thank you for joining the session. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.